Well, got some good news. Now, I didn't get the learning experience by doing this because I got let go. Now, I got lucky. Now, the person was not a very good person. The person who was going to be in court wasn't a good person. I can't say what's going on, what it was for, or anything like that because, well, I still can get a phone call. But I highly doubt they're going to be calling me at 7 o'clock in the morning since I'll be out here in Yelm, and the courthouse is 45 minutes away, and the trial starts at 8:30. But they said, keep in touch. Because, one, I was the only one really dressed up the code where I looked somewhat professional. Maybe not knowing what I was doing, but listening and paying attention. While everybody else, I'm not going to judge anybody, but who wears a sweatshirt with paint on their sweatshirt? It's like they just got off work. But the problem is, we had to be there at 8:15. What'd you do? Go to work for 10 minutes? But whatever. I'm not judging anybody. Just like I really didn't want to judge anybody, even being a jury. I didn't want to even be judging that person, all because that person made a mistake. We talked about this in the other video. Making mistakes, especially like a DUI. Now, yes, it's still a crime. It doesn't matter if that person hurt somebody or didn't hurt somebody. They broke the law by drinking and driving or just being intoxicated with any kind of substance. You still broke the law. You paid the time, paid the price. I look at it like this. You're always guilty till you plead your word. You're always going to be guilty until you plead your word. So if you go in a car and you break the law, you're guilty because you broke the law by not wearing your seatbelt, or you're speeding, or you ran a red light, or you turned down red. You broke the law. You're guilty till a jury and a judge and a lawyer or whatever, you plead for yourself. You better be a strong pleader, I can tell you. But the case would have been pretty cool. Would have been a really fine case. Probably would have only took a day and a half to figure out. Because, you got to go through details and details. Then you would have to go through the jury of 6 people. Was supposed to be 9 or 16. There were supposed to be groups of 1 to 29. Ended up being 2 groups. One group of 40, another group of 20. The group of 40 ended up becoming 14. The group of 20 ended up becoming 6. The group of 6 was my group. Now, between the 6th, 7th, and 8th person, me being a jury and another guy being a jury, they were in between the last 6th person. Because, one, the judge, I had no reasonable doubt that person didn't know me. Well, later, and it's not even the point, finding out she knew me, but she didn't know me. She just knew the last name. So she was getting pretty nervous about that. Next person, really don't know the information, but that person got let go. Now it's in between the person who got picked and me. They kept on being nervous. And another thing is, the city council, a person who works for city council, sometimes works where, you pay your property tax or get a marriage certificate or get your marriage license to get married. She knew me because of my wife when we went in and get our certificate, our diploma of marriage license, or whatever you want to call it. That, where they were having issues because my last name being pretty popular, because the judge knew somebody. Now, was it a relation? We don't know. Was it a relation of her or a family member of hers? We don't know. Was it even my family member? We don't know. Because all I know is I got people who live in another state, not even closely my relative. They might have the first letter of my name and the last two letters of my name, but no relation. But that's what people get confused about. And because you got that last name doesn't mean you're blood or any kind of relation. Even going through a marriage and then going and getting a divorce and they marry somebody else, it can happen somewhere. It could happen in the 40s. We don't know. We don't really know. But I highly doubt it. That lady knew me. But that's okay. The judge was a pretty nice person when I got to talk to her. For the 4 minutes I did talk to her. But I would have loved to do a trial with jury duty. Yes, I was nervous. Yes, I didn't get no sleep. Yes, I tried to go to bed at 10 o'clock. But I was tossing and turning all the way up to 5. I was like, screw it. I'm just going to jump in the shower, get ready to go, talk to my wife, make my sandwiches, make my lunch. Ready to go. Leave the house at 6:30. Got there around 7:15. Met a couple of the juries. Wasn't my group. Oh well. They were part of the 40. That's okay. No big deal. You know how that all goes. The two of the people, address change, screwed them up. They moved out of Thurston County and went somewhere else. So they got let loose. Now when I first got the jury duty, got in a group of 40, so 60 people. But there was more. I don't know what happened. And maybe they got let go before we got numbers. They did the numbers of 40, then the numbers of 20, then they let 5 people go. And first rule they said, don't bring bagging. Then what they did do, yes, don't have to do jury duty. Lady goes, I hate to bust your bubbles, but before you walk out this door, it's going to let you know there's 300,000 people here in Thurston County can get called in by the 20th of December. So you may be getting called back in. So never brag about getting out of jury duty because it can phase you. So, yep, and then them guys were bragging. They got the 40 people in line. They left. And as we were doing our little break, because they left already, they got to do bathroom breaks. But I noticed their 40 end up becoming 30. Where did them 10 people go? I couldn't tell you. The cars weren't there because everybody was in their own parking spot with a little tag on their car, so the cars wouldn't get towed. Because some people were in reserved, some people were in the jury duty parking, and some people not. So we got a little sticker, but it wasn't like a sticker where it's gonna stay on your car. It's just, just put it on the thing. Almost it was like the sticker without a number, but it peeled right off because it wasn't really sticky. And they said if you were gonna have problems with it, a razor blade to get it right off when you get home. That's no big deal either. So, again, that 40 ended up becoming a lower number. Always from 40 to 12. Pretty crazy. Now, I don't know what their case was about. I really don't even know what my case was about. But it would have been a pretty good case, honestly. We ended up going in there, watching a couple of videos. The 40 group got to watch 2 clips. I don't know if it was the same or what it was. We ended up watching 2 clips. Ended up going in the back, talking to the judge, blah, blah, blah. Talking to the person who types, blah, blah, blah. Talking to her witnesses, blah, blah, blah. Talking to 2 plaintiffs, blah, blah, blah. Finding out I knew 2 people. So, again, we talked about this before. I think that's why I got out of it. But it would have been a pretty kind of cool to do it because it would have been a good case. It would have been a basic case about an injury. No big deal. You got hurt. You lied. Said you were hurt, but you weren't hurt. it would have been an easy 2-day case. Oh well. That's why when you listen to your doctors, the doctor tells you need to take all them, when you're supposed to take all 30 pills, you're supposed to take all 30 pills. If your doctor told you need to rest for 7 days, you should rest for 7 days. But then, when you're not hurt, then you lie, then you tell your workplace that you lied, then they pay you, then when they find out, can't pay them back because you lied, because you got to see their doctors and not your doctor who probably knew you for 5 years. Who's going to lie for you? So you get off work for 2 weeks. That would have been a simple 5-minute case. But you know how that all goes. They don't work like that. They will make something last 40 to 60 hours, because they were telling us Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe partly Thursday, maybe mid-afternoon Thursday, and Friday, you know, you almost like, we don't need you anymore, but can you still drive in kind of situation. That's what they do. So I expect if you ever go to jury duty, make sure you bring some kind of device with headphones, coloring book. I don't know what people like. Because you can sit there for 6 hours. Even if you start one day, your next day could be them working, but they still want you to be there because they may ask you a question, especially if there's 12 people there or 6 people there. See, now you understand. That's why there was only 6 of ours, because there was a silly trial. They could probably did it in basic court without lawyers. But the problem is, his lawyer is going to protect him no matter what. And the other company who gave him all the money, they're going to have a lawyer just to get their money back. But once a thief, always a thief. Once a liar, always a liar kind of situation here. You know? Jury duty would have been fun. Sucky part is, if you live 43 miles away there and back, kind of sucks. And by the way, they only pay like 52 cents a mile. So you make like $6 there and back. And they probably don't even pay you to drive back. They're probably only paying you just to come. Then they only want to give you roughly $10 a day. You may make $40. Back in the day, they used to smack you with a $60 bill and call it a day. Not today. They don't care about gas prices being $4.59 a gallon. They don't care if a gallon of milk's $4 a gallon. They don't care if a loaf of bread's $3 a loaf. It's jury duty. It's like community service. You pay for it. Somewhere down the road, you're paying for it. Pretty sucky. So if you ever do jury duty, don't wear a sweatshirt, because they may just kick you to the curb. Oh, by the way, miss jury duty, it's a criminal offense. It's 9 days in jail and $9,000. You have a good day.